Hey guys, this is Aaron from Geeky Lemon Development, and today in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to fade out stuff like buttons, labels, text views or any other outlet in your project. So already I have my project set up. I've named it Fade and it's a view-based application for the iPhone. And what we're going to do first is go straight away into the Fade View Controller.h. And we're placing our IB action. So simply type in dash bracket capital IB action bracket, and I name the button Fade, and that semicolon. Now if you haven't noticed already, I'm using the new Xcode 4, and some of you might think it's a bit confusing at first, but it's very simple and it's a lot better than previous Xcodes. So now we type in our outlets of what we want to fade out, and in this demonstration I'll be showing you a label, a round rect button and a text view. So we start by typing our outlet, so IB outlet, space UI, and the first one will be a label, so UI label, space, little asterisk star, and I'll name the label simply label so it's easier to understand, and that with a semicolon. Enter, and again just repeat yourself, but here we're going to want to add our round rect button in, so we type in UI button space and again star, and then the button and it's semicolon, and again our third one I'll be showing you is our text view, so IB outlet UI text view space star, name this again text view, and that's semicolon. Zoom out for you. So that's all that should be needed in the .h. Simply save that and go straight away into the view controller.m, and then just after that the implementation here, enter a couple of times so it gives you a little bit of space, and we'll start writing our code. So we start with our action button, so bracket IB action bracket fade is what we call the button, and then space and then curly bracket, press enter, and if you haven't noticed already it automatically gives you the end curly bracket, which is quite helpful. Just press enter again to make it a bit more clear, and we start by normal bracket UI view space begin animation here, string, and then context, sorry. Simply press enter and it'll go straight away into the first highlighted section, and here you want to put nil, and then go to our one highlighted void here and we type in capital null bracket and that with semicolon, then we press enter again, and again bracket UI view space set, and we want to find that set animation duration, which here in my one it's already highlighted, so just enter, and in the highlighted section this will be the time it takes for the image, well, the buttons and the UI labels and stuff to fade out, which I'll just do a simple second, so we do 1.0 bracket semicolon and enter. And now we're going to want to type in our the code in there for the label, button and text view, and we simply do that by bracket, and we do the label first and we name the label label, so type in label space set alpha, yeah, in the highlighted section put 0, as we want the transparency to be 0 once it's faded out, bracket semicolon, and again we do the button next, which is named button space set alpha, and again 0 bracket semicolon, and the last one I'm showing you today is the text view space set alpha, and again 0 bracket semicolon, enter. And the final bit of coding we need to do is bracket capital UI label, not label, sorry, UI view space, commit animations, bracket, and semicolon, just so it all sets out perfect. And that's all that's needed for the coding. Do you want to pause the video now just so you can catch up? So I'll just zoom out now. We can simply save that and then go into our fade view controller.nib. Now, one of the main benefits for Xcode 4 is you do not have to wait for the view controller to load up. It's simply all there for you. Now, if you just go to the top right hand corner here, where you got the highlighted, or the grey area section on the right, that will just simply load up all the connections and all your outlets and stuff like that. So first you drag in our round button. I'll simply put it at the top and space it out, just to make it a little more smarter. And this will be our fade button, so I'll just name this fade so it's easier to understand. And then we want to add in our label. Our round rect button again, as I'm also fading out the bottom. And then we just go for our text view. Just place that in there, so it's all centered up and it looks quite smart. Okay, now we want to click on our file zoner, which is located on the left here. And then in our outlets here, the button will be dragged to the button we're fading out. The label, obviously, to the label. The text view to the text view. And if we just scroll down a little bit, here's our action button, our fade action button. So drag that to the fade button, and I'll go for something simple, touch up inside. And that's all that's needed for placing stuff in the nib folder. So you can save that, and make sure it's in the iPhone simulator. And we can go to run, build and run. Now, as this is Xcode 4, again, it's all improved and it doesn't take as long as it did before, and the iPhone simulator loads quite quick as well. So here we are already, so we just wait for it all to, oh, there we go, quicker than I thought. So once we got it all loaded up here, our label, our round wrap button and our text view, we just simply press on our fade, and there we go, simply fades out. So that's it for today, and I hope it helps you in your tutorials or any of your projects. Make sure you rate the video, like it, favourite it. Send me a message or leave me a comment if you want to request any tutorials. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe so you can benefit from our other tutorials. But in the meantime, make sure you follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook to keep up to date. And also, there'll be a link in the description for our apps which are currently out at the moment. So make sure you go check them out. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next Tuesday in a tutorial.